legislators, so they canceled the game. You guys need to stand up. You guys need to stand up and tell them no more.
Here's a Karen bringing those damn political views into the arena of sports.
Tell your kids don't wear these freaking masks. Enough of this. This is America.
Honestly, I can't believe it took her that long to spew those 3 magic words.
Not Cuba.
Damn. I don't even think I've heard this one yet. It's actually kind of original.
Not China.
And there we go. You almost had us, lady.
It is. It's the right way. If you choose to, fine. I don't have a problem with that. Don't make me.
Finally, this waste of space leaves the gymnasium, but it's just another episode of these very divided / stupid times we're living in. I truly wish someone would just yell, "She doesn't even go here!" But in all seriousness, this video encapsulates what we all thought. Local schools, specifically school board meetings, have been infiltrated and funded by conservative dark money groups. This woman's name is Sarah Cole. She lives in Eatonville, Washington. She ran against Ashley Sova, a homeschooling, anti-masking member of the far-right 3% movement. The race was basically sabotaged by the national narrative, Cole said. She sounded incredulous that parents felt best represented by a 3%er whose kids aren't even in public school. Quote, "I don't even know how to explain it except to say in the face of the facts, they still chose to run with fears." Members of the Proud Boys, the far-right nationalist group, have increasingly appeared in recent months at town council gatherings, school board presentations, and health department question and answer sessions across the country. Their presence at the events is part of a strategy shift by the militia organization toward a larger goal to bring their brand of menacing politics at the local level. In Guilford, Connecticut, 5 right-wing Republicans won a primary for the Board of Education election, displacing a group of moderate Republicans. In their attempt to take over our Board of Education and dictate what will be taught in our schools, they ran as the Truth in Education ticket, wrote one opinionated columnist. Their primary agenda item, stop critical race theory in Guilford. But CRT is not taught in Guilford. That's their founding lie. Recent attacks on local school boards, which have become so outrageous that several towns, including Brantford, have asked for police protection at board meetings, sound a lot like the rhetoric of the national right-wing movement, Citizens for Renewing America, run by Trump operatives. What does the CRA want? Its president is Russell Vought, former director of Trump's Office of Management and Budget. It was he, at Trump's behest, who enforced the terms of Executive Order 13950 of September 2020, requiring all agencies in the federal government to identify all contracts or other agency spending related to any training on CRT or white privilege, which Vought immediately defunded. Jeremy Bertino, a prominent member of the Proud Boys from North Carolina, said, "The plan of attack, if you want to make changes, to get involved at the local level." Via the research from Insurrection Index, nearly 230 people who participated in or directly supported the deadly insurrection at the Capitol on January 6 are in positions of public trust or are actively campaigning for elected office. Cole's loss in Eatonville fits the theme of modern-day conservatism, just like Karen at this game. Per the Post, presented as defending liberty, extremism analysts say those far-right views are spreading in conservative places like Eatonville, where the school board race spiraled into a fight over mask mandates and how race is taught in school. Cole lost by more than 200 votes. So while this Karen is embarrassing, it's a reminder of what the country is up against. For example, say hello to Denise Aguilar, a January 6 rioter who said in a now deleted IG post, "We stormed the Capitol and the Patriots broke open the doors." A year after 1/6, Aguilar was outside of San Joaquin County's Board of Education pushing back against vaccines for kids. She has no children in the school district, reported Ben Collins of NBC. We figured out that going to the Capitol and working that particular piece doesn't do anything, because these legislators have already made up their mind, Aguilar told NBC News in December. It's all about local legislation, your school districts, your city council, board of supervisors. These people live in our community. They work here, and they're going to have to face us every single day, said Aguilar, the rioter. On Steve Bannon's podcast each week, he encourages his listeners to get engaged locally, especially for positions that help administer elections. Seriously. The Proud Boys' national chairman has also directed his members to focus their efforts locally. Elle Magazine's Amanda Lippman, however, silences the internal alarms of those watching this piece with a simple message. The far right is trying to win big by winning small. But pro-democracy forces can win big by winning small too. You specifically can win small by running for local office in your community. As one of the co-founders of Run for Something, I can prove it. My organization has helped elect 637 young people, mostly women and people of color, and about a quarter LGBTQIA plus folks, spread across 48 states, win local offices for the very first time. We helped a young gay AAPI man beat a Proud Boys leader in Hawaii, and a college student beat a 20-year incumbent in Connecticut. We helped elect the first Somali American to the city council in Lewiston, Maine, the first Indian American woman to serve in local office in the entire state of South Carolina, and multiple leaders who became the first openly trans people elected to their respective state legislatures. Over the years, we've worked with young parents, non-binary folks, veterans, people with disabilities, musicians, artists, doctors, and candidates with all kinds of non-traditional backgrounds. Running for office is hard. Running for office is hard and absolutely requires sacrifice. But it's also one of the most worthwhile things you can do for yourself, your community, and your democracy. School boards determine so much about how our kids are educated. City and county councils dictate the kind of streets we drive or walk or cycle on and whether our trash gets picked up. State legislatures control everything from voting rights to climate to criminal justice issues. Local election authorities decide how accessible the polls are. Library boards make decisions about what kinds of books our communities have free access to. Conservation boards determine how we value our environment. While it might feel like Congress just languishes, local governments actually accomplish things. And when good people serve in them, those things make all our lives better.